Hi everyone, so today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this baby shower cake. It's very simple, very easy to do. So let me show you how I put this together and hopefully you guys like my tutorial. Let's go ahead and get started. I have my cake crumb coated and I'm just going to go ahead and start frosting my cake. So I want my cake to be white and then all the decorations will be different shades of pink. So I'm just going to go ahead and start from the top and work my way down. And I don't want too much frosting, so I'm going to try and just use as little as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape off what I don't need. So I'm just going to go ahead and just make sure that I get all the sides from bottom to top. And just like this. Okay, so if you can see, I have all my cake frosted and I didn't really have to put much back on. I may take some off just because I don't want too much frosting on my cake, but it looks like the majority of my cake is covered. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start smoothing out my sides here. Okay, so let me just show you what it looks like when I'm done. Now that I have my cake all smoothed, I'm just going to go ahead and place this back into the freezer so that my frosting has time to set. Basically just so when I start decorating my cake, my frosting doesn't go all over the place. So let me just go ahead and pop this back into the freezer. I've got some Rice Krispie treats here that's already been made, and I'm just going to go ahead and shape it into the baby booties that I want. I have my 8-inch cake pan with some wax paper, and I just drew the shape that I want. I just want to make sure that it fits my pan. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip it over so that my Rice Krispie does not get attached to my markers. And let me show you how I shape those. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just grab some Rice Krispies, and I'm just going to go ahead and start shaping it first. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just press down to the shape that I want. And then I'm going to go ahead and start shaping it. And it doesn't have to be perfect or anything, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and frost this as well. And so the reason why I chose Rice Krispie is because not a lot of people eat fondant, and I don't want to make it out of fondant if it's just going to be thrown away. So just like this, you can tell it's starting to take its shape. And then I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the process. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up in plastic wrap and then just put this into the fridge to set a little bit. And then I'll take it out and then start frosting it. So it'll be just, I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just take my Rice Krispies here, and I'm just going to go ahead and just wrap it up. And I'm going to go ahead and just put this into my fridge to set until it's ready to be frosted. My baby booty out from the fridge. It's been sitting there for me about 30 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and start frosting it. And there's no right or wrong with it. I just want to make sure that I have the whole thing covered. It's going to be a little bit wobbly because I don't have anything underneath. But what I want to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just start frosting this first. And I want to make sure that I have a lot on here. And if I have some frosting that I don't need, I can always take it off. And so it's going to start off messy at first, but you just want to try with your end result to get it as smooth as you can. and basically just the shape that you want it. So if you can see, I'm starting to round it off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and come up on the top of my shoe here and just make it into the shape that I want. And then once I have this done, I can start decorating on it. Just like that. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth out the top. And so again, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna go ahead and decorate my booties anyways with some pink polka dots. And so basically that's just to hide any of the imperfections that I would have on my booty. Now that I have my baby booties all frosted, I'm just gonna go ahead and stick these back into my freezer, basically just so that when I put them on the cake, it's all easier for me to transport and frosting won't get all over the place. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this back into the freezer for maybe about 5-10 minutes. I've taken my cake out from my freezer and I'm gonna go ahead and just start decorating. If you can see, I marked where I want my ruffles to be. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with the border first, and I'm using different shades of pink. It's by Wilton, a food coloring gel, and right here I'm using the darker pink, and it's fitted with a Wilton 104 tip. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the ruffle on the bottom, and I'm using the fat tip towards the cake and the skinny side out. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start with my ruffles, and it's just an up and down motion. Oh, if you wanted to try this, you can do any type of ruffle that you wanted, but I just do this because it's faster. So this is just an up and down motion that I'm doing, and let me show you what it looks like when I'm done. So my ruffle is all done, and I'm gonna go ahead and go back with the light pink color, and this is fitted with a small circle tip. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a border on top of my ruffle, and just like this. Almost just like a small shell border, you can see that. And I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way around my cake border, and then show you what it looks like when I'm done. Now that I have my border all piped on, I'm going to go ahead with the same light pink. I changed the tip to the Wilton 102, and it's just a smaller rose petal tip. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my ruffles. And I'm just going to move the cake closer to me so I can be at eye level with it. And so all I'm doing is I'm just the same method, the fat side towards the cake and the skinny side out. And I'm just going to go ahead and start my ruffle. And I'm just following where I had traced it out with my toothpick. Just like that. And then let me show you what it looks like when I'm done. I have my ribbons all piped up on with my light pink color. So the same tip is going on my darker pink, and I'm gonna do the same method right on top of it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. And if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I made one just a couple days ago for my aunt, and I had used a 13 by 9 inch pan. And so this is a little bit smaller, and so I'm using a smaller tip. But the one that I used on my Instagram account, I used the 104 tip. Okay, so if I was to use a bigger cake, I would still use the 104 tip, but because this is a smaller cake, I'm using the 102 for the ribbons. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just repeat the process with my darker pink color, and then show you what that looks like when I'm done. Okay, so my final ribbon will be the light pink color again, so that my darker pink is in the middle of both. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off with my ribbons here. Okay, so I've taken my cake, my baby booties out from the freezer, and if you can see, it's a lot easier for me to handle, and I don't have frosting on my hands or anything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place this onto my cake where I want them. And I can move it if I don't like where it's at. So that's how I want them. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start decorating my baby booties. I have here the darker pink color, and this is fitted with the Wilton 3-tip. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just trace where I want the top. And you can make this as thick or as thin as you want as far as the top goes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and fill this in. Just like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just come around here and then trace the bottom part here as well. So just like that. And then once I'm done with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little shell border. And then I'm gonna go ahead and also do polka dots on my cake, on my baby booties, just like that, all the way around. So let me show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, now that I'm done with the cake, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the shoelace on. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start from one side here. And I'm just crisscrossing all the way up until I get to the top. Just like that. And then repeat with the other side. Just like that. Okay, now I have my light pink color fitted with the Wilton 22, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pipe along a border on my cake, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start in the back, and these are just going to be small shell borders, and I'm gonna go ahead and just go all the way around my cake, just like this. Okay, same tip into the dark pink, and I'm gonna go ahead and pipe on some rosettes onto my ribbons here, and I'm going all the way around. Okay, so my rosettes are all done, and the final step is
no more. Oh, never mind.
About that. What I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go ahead and just pipe on some leaves onto my rosettes, just like this, all the way around, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I'm all done with my cake, and this is what it looks like from front to back. I have some leaves piped onto my rosettes, and this is all around. And so hopefully you guys like my tutorial, and this is just a simple basic way on how I decorate a baby shower cake. So hopefully you guys like my tutorial. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe onto my channel for more videos. Thanks for watching, you guys.